Good morning or good afternoon, whatever it is with you guys. Welcome to the alternate corner. My name's Dylan, as you can see in that corner there. Morning, Toxic. How are we? Sorry, I just needed that. Hope you are well. Sorry about the. Oh, hope you're well. Sorry about the change of everything today. We're gonna do Sills, but then I saw this and decided, you know what? I don't know if this is gonna be live stream, so I'm trying to keep an eye out for a live stream of it. I will run through the case now. Let me just find. I got a link to the courthouse in terms of the judge, what they should stream on, but there's no videos on there. Let me try this now. Live. Okay, there's nothing there yet. Anyway, so I'm not seeing it anywhere. So I'm just trying here now. Her name. Do, 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 do. Right. So I've got the judge's page open, but I'll subscribe to her and will put my notifications on for her. So hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. And I've emailed the court as well. So hopefully there's something today. So anyway, what's this case about? You might be asking. Good question. Xavion Denson. I don't know if I'm butchering that or not, but he's one of four. And I'm also might be slow because I'm downloading some stuff. He's one of four people that's been arrested today. Not today. So they are accused of robbing and alleviating a dance teacher called Caroline High. Ah, don't do that. Spider, go back to sleep. But good afternoon to you. I messed that one up. So they're four teenagers. They're suspected in wow, let me just see where I found this. Suspected in the shooting death of a popular dance teacher and have been indicted on capital murder charges. Um, the four of them were called Shane Alan Diaz, who was 17. When was this? I didn't say when this was, but I presume this is like 2020, 2021. So I think I know that Xavion is now 20. So what's age is he here? The 17. So 3 years ago. Okay. So this guy was 17 when he committed this or allegedly committed this crime. And then Shane Allen Diaz was also 17. Giovanni Morales was 19 at the time. And then Chandra Dion Ransom was 18 at the time. And they've all been charged in the connection of robbery and murder of 65-year-old Carolyn Suhai, who was a dance teacher. Um, they were set on bail at the time for 1.5 million bond each for capital murder charges, but I know that some of them got lowered then a few months afterwards. So grand jury did indict each of them, and on the charge of capital murder by terror threats slash other felony. Um, but this guy, I'm not sure why sorry, not Morales, Denson is doing this on his own. Morales, though, also known as Geo, faces an additional charge of aggravated robbery in connection with another incident on 7-Eleven. Okay. So aggravated robbery here. What? It wasn't a football trial, you muppet Spider. Right. So Spider hasn't got a clue. So I was going to show Josh Sills. Yes, it was a trial, but it was only going to last like 2 hours because it's already been. I was just going to show it because I thought, what can I show? There's no trials today. That's all it was. I wasn't showing the actual trial. There's only a couple of witnesses. Good morning, right, Angel, Iris. How are you? See how I'm being nice to Iris because I'm after something. Hi, Iris. Hope you're well. Hope everything's going well for you. Spider Girl's picking on me, but hope you're well. Iris, you're Texan. You're a Texan. Is this trial happening? Oh, here we go. Spider Girl. I know, lol. I know. Hi, Young. Welcome, Young, as well. Young is now a mod. She's gonna be helping out loads more on social media. But Young, check me out. Discord, already done it. My Discord plus MLS Discord. Smashed it, mate. Smashed it. I can read. Well, I'm not so sure sometimes. Um, so right. So I tell you why I'm struggling. Right, I emailed the court today, and I've had nothing back from them. So this is where they tell me I need to go and watch the trial if I share it now. The problem is, now I don't know what the case. Right, I'm back to VPN issues. I don't know what the case number is. I only know what the guy's name is. Oh, jeez. So hang on. It's a right. Hang on. Right. Hang on. I know some of this stuff. Hang on. Let me share this with you, Iris. It's my own fault. I need to get a VPN on my laptop. Share screen. So I know the judge's name. I know which thing it is. So it's Meredith Kennedy, 78th District Court. Um, and if I go with Wichita County, Texas, Wichita County, Texas. So I can put that in here. Thanks, Iris. It's just they told me I was streaming on this page. There's no videos on this page. Yeah, so I've done it. So I've done it, Young. So I've done it. Obviously, because you did it yesterday, I changed it all. So I had to. Thanks, Iris. You're a star. I have emailed the court and everything, but I've not heard back from them. Um, good morning to you, Toxic. And Young is also should be Young in blue. She should be in blue. Young is in blue, yes. So Young is in blue. Wichita, 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 Wichita. So unless they've come back to me since, I have emailed them already today. I need to get some sort of VPN on my laptop. Let me just check this. No, they've not come back to me. Unless it's gone to junk or something. No. And I recorded another video which is downloading currently. Let me get that down then. It's downloading at the minute, so that'll go out. Oh, it's done. Good. I will need to go to YouTube very quickly and do that. So this trial is basically four people that murdered and robbed a dance teacher called Carolyn High, and for whatever reason, this guy Xavier Denson is on his own. The other three are doing it at the same time later in the month, and I don't know why that is the case. But let me just go. Okay, I need to go live and video. Hope you all had a great weekend though. It's been nice out there. Okay, why is that? Okay, good. I need to unlist this, make it private, save. I'll come back to it when we find something out. Let's all get together and sing I'm Blue. Why is that? Oh, Spidey's on one today. She's on one today. She's had a crap weekend. She's taking out on me for whatever reason. Again. I should dance some investing. Do you know what? I don't know. I don't know. Did they I've not seen anything then. Um, basically the 4 of them were just driving around looking for someone to rob. Um, that's what they were doing. And she was in the driveway of her home in Cumberland Avenue, and Denson held the gun up too high and demanded her purse. She wouldn't give it over. Then Ranson told police that he and Denson got into confrontation with High and she was shot. So yeah, yeah, that's fine. I'm just reading through some of the notes here, just before hopefully because I think it's starting in probably 20 minutes. So that's why I'm trying to rush through it. Yeah, I also know he's been in trouble already. And this isn't just the only thing he's done. He got in trouble in jail as well. So, but yeah, the only thing I don't know is why he's been done on his own and the other three are together. I've had a great unless he was a shooter. I've had a great weekend. My family a few states away, and I'm hanging out with my brothers while they see. Oh, cool. So why are you grumpy towards me then? Oh, there we are, Iris. If you haven't found it, thanks, Toxic. Thank you, Toxic. That's the case number. If you still need Iris, I didn't know what to talk. I knew the judge's name, his name, location, where it's gonna be, just didn't know the case because I was trying to Google. I think it's because my VPN doesn't work, so it won't do anything for me. Um, but it does look like an interesting trial. We will cover the John Sills one as well, Josh Sills, because that looks interesting. I've done one video already this morning, which has now been uploaded to YouTube, but I'll probably release that tonight. And we're scorching on YouTube. I I I paid for some ads. I put like I think it's $100 down for a week and a half just to like promote the channel and stuff. We gained like 250, 300 subscribers. There we are. Here we are taking the Mickey again. Taking the Mickey again. I know. Above is a fine. I mean, hopefully Irish sees it. If not, she's a wizard anyway. Wizard of Oz. I'll keep an eye out on this channel as well. Wrong one. Because they say it's gonna be streamed on this YouTube channel for the court, but it doesn't seem she's ever streamed a video before. And then hopefully we find out why probably, if I was speculating, which I am, he's probably been tried on his own because he's probably the shooter. He was 17 at the time, he's 20 now, so he was a minor, but he's probably, I imagine, been tried as an adult, and it is for robbery and capital murder. So, oh, you're in trouble. Yeah, the main thing is to see if this is gonna, oops, try today, see? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, thank you, Shelley. You've started another thing. I'm just hopeful. There we are. Thank you very much. There's several up for this case as well. Yeah, no, I just know there's 4 that have been done. The other 3, I've not looked the other 3 up because that's later in the month. I think in 2 to 3 weeks, the other 3 are on. So I literally only found this morning, so, I mean, by my morning, so and I had to do a video in between and, lots of other stuff, so I've only I only know from this trial what I've just told you, really. But, 1 'cause it means they're all good to go. No, they are 100%, all of them are, up for capital murder. They're all up for capital murder. But this guy must have been, because he was the one that actually shot them, is the only reason I can think why he's done it separate. Unless the other 3 pleaded or something. But all 4 are up for capital murder. That's not even in question. It's not doubt. It's just more of a, why has he been tried on his own? That's because there were 2 of them, I believe, that were minors at the time. So um, it's not because he's a minor, that's for sure. Unless, I say, the other 3 pleaded or done something, or this guy is taking a, I know he got he was offered a plea, I know that, but I don't know if he took it or not. Or if he's offered a plea and this is just a plea thing, I'd be gutted. So everyone else, don't be shy, say hello in chat, we don't bite. Um, More than welcome here, thank you for coming to the channel. Hopefully my audio is okay. I'm trying to do things a little bit differently here now, as we move on. Um, but yeah, Moretti's court video, still nothing. But I presume he'll be starting, like, imagine 8:30, Central Time, so there's no panic. There's no panic. It's just I'm only panicking because the court told me that this is a link, but there's never been any videos played on this channel. Oh, I was on Odyssey. It wouldn't work for me. It might not be VPN thing then, it might just be this. Because that's what happened to me. I literally was on it for about half an hour. I couldn't get it to work. So I thought it was me. So maybe it's not a VPN issue. Maybe it's just because that happened to me last time as well. My main question for the court has been by email this morning was, is this the link, the YouTube link? Because that's what they said. If I go into it again, if I go into the court themselves now, let's have a look. I emailed the clerk as well. I've emailed I'm just emailing everyone. Okay, hang on. Oh, hang on, maybe I've messed this up. Maybe I've messed this up. Or do you know what? I'll show you what I've got. Oh, please don't tell me I messed up. Because is there any way to get a link straight through? So this is what I get. Where is it? 78th, this one. So I'll go into 78th District Court, which it is. Then I go into remote hearings. It comes here. But does remote hear this is a remote hearing, isn't it? I'm overthinking it now. I might be overthinking it. They got 139 subscribers, no videos through this channel, 605 views. So there's no other link to it. Because I was so hoping that there would be a link straight to the court for it. Alternate channels. No, no. I don't know what you mean, but no. Oh, Jesus, I could have messed this up then, 'cause I don't know what time it starts either. I couldn't find a docket. Right, hang on. They don't save the videos. Yeah, but even then, there's still about 600. Right, I can't do this myself, right, but can anyone do this? If not, it's fine, I'll email. Phone them. Kirsty Hale, court coordinator. There's a tab on YouTube that says channels if they have. Oh, no, they don't, Spider. I've thingy. I checked that. There's nothing there. You can't. Yeah. So maybe I've messed up. Unless anyone is anyone available to phone this number? Because I'm in the UK, I can't do it. If not, I'll just email them if they pick it up. Um, I've already emailed Clerk, but I can email this person. Um, okay, nothing there. Where's my? No one's jumping up the phone, so I'll have to email then. Okay, I'll email. Not an issue. New email. Mm, what's her name? Christy. Okay, I'll send this then. Okay, so we'll just have to wait to see if she gets back to me and take it from there. So we might not be watching this today then, by the sounds of it. Unless we'll give it like half an hour anyway. Um, we've been through it now. This is this guy's Devion Denson has been tried on his own, and there's three other people as well up for capital murder and robbery, but they have been tried end of the month, so they're not being tried right now. Um, And so, yeah, so I'm not sure why he's been tried on his own, but there we are. He was a minor at the time, he was 17, but now he's 20, and my niece is there knocking on doors, and they were all well, I think one was 18, two of them were minors, 17, and there was one about 26, at the time. The guy who was 26, he was a driver. They just happened to go around in the car trying to look to rob some people, and they found Carolyn High at her house outside in her car and went to rob her just by chance. She was just unlucky. She's a dance teacher, she is, and then she wouldn't give her purse over and stuff like that. And then this guy Denson was, I believe, the shooter and shot her. Well, actually, he had the gun anyway. So yeah, so it's not a nice thing, but I do hope it's streamed. 'Cause, it'd be nice to have something a little bit different. I don't think anyone else is streaming it. I haven't seen anything on Law and Crime or anything. So, live. No, nothing. Okay, I've got that one. Put that one down. Hmm. Just to see if there's an alternative way here. No, no. And I have looked again on through the court docket. There's nothing. So this is the only channel we have if it is gonna happen that I know of. So sorry if it's not gonna happen. I did try. Um, I have tried my best. Um, I've emailed the court. Let's see if they will come back. No, I don't. It's probably too late now. That's why. Again, I tried. I've emailed the clerk of the court. I've emailed the court coordinator. I can't phone them because it'll cost me an absolute fortune to phone. So, and also they won't understand me. So, I have done everything I can. So, apologies if we don't get this stream, but I have tried, honestly. If not, then we'll go back to Josh Sills. That'll be disappointing. Okay, that was my coffee being delivered. Nice. Everyone's gone quiet now. Since I asked someone to phone, everyone just went quiet. Don't know why. Hi, lawyer's kid. At least you're chatting, lawyer's kid. Everyone's quiet. We're having problems, lawyer kid. Having problems. I've emailed the court to see about a link for this trial, but they haven't come back to me. So I've got the channel that they normally play it on, but I don't know. We're gonna have to we'll give it a half an hour anyway. Uh, I know, I know. It's not good. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Hope you're well. Ruh-roh. Yeah, I know. Ruh-roh. Anyway, we don't know what time the trial starts even. So if you don't know, this is I'll say it again, people are gonna be bored of me saying it all the time, but, um, this trial is Xavier Denson. He was 17 at the time, he's 20 now. He's accused of capital murder and robbery. It's him and 3 others. The 3 others have been tried in the end of August, or middle to end of August, and he's been tried this week on his own. I believe he was the alleged shooter, um, and he shot and killed, or allegedly shot and killed, Carolyn High, who was 65 and a dance teacher in Texas. So we're trying to get more info, but I couldn't get into the court this morning. Iris can't get into the court now. We're not hearing back from the court. I've emailed them. Everyone's too chicken to phone the bloody court, so we can't phone the court. Spider Girl's sleeping, as always. So we're just a little bit stuck. This will be, I think it'd be a really good trial, but between this one and the other three, but yeah, not a goodie, not a goody goody. We'll keep refreshing the courts page, but I do not hold any. Oh, hang on, let me just Google it as well. It's disappointing because I didn't know what time it starts, so it could have started, could start in half an hour, could start in an hour and a half. I literally don't know. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Right, so if I just do that. I'm just gonna Google some other stuff now and just to see if the um trial, or if I put it into Twitter just to see what happens. Mhm. Put anything into Twitter, I'm the only one that comes up. Oh, hang on, no, there are more people here now. Alright, no. April 2020. Yeah, it's April 2020. Let's have a look to see if Derek Lowe is still. No, he's he's left because there's nothing on his page anymore. Tom's right. Yeah, I think. Do you know what? I think absolutely everyone's doing that. Yeah, I believe. I don't think anyone's streaming today because they're all streaming tomorrow. So I'm keeping away from it because of that. I want to do something different. But yeah, good luck to him. But I think every Tom, Dick, and Harry is streaming that one. Um, I thought when I first saw him, I thought it was a woman. We got our eye on another trial on tomorrow anyway, so it's all good. What am I checking here now? Looks like a snoozer. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think we're having. Oh no, what have we done there? Don't think we're having any luck. Well, I'll just have to do the Josh Sills one if if that's the case, but no, West Palm Beach. No, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Ooh, 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 honey. Okay, and then there's another one I want to just check. Well, or we can play something different. Hang on, I know what we're gonna be doing if not. It's all good. It's all good in the hood, guys. Don't you worry. Be happy. We will. Ba-da, ba-da-ba. Right. Take it back there. We'll just wait to see if we're ready. If not, we got our old queen. We've got Queen Stephanie. Or I could just do Josh Stills. We'll see. So plenty of stuff to do. So don't worry. I know we just lost everybody, and I'm sorry I disappointed you all, but it's a risk. I took a risk, took a gamble, and it doesn't look like it's paid off. Does not look like it paid off, the bugger. No, still no emails back, so I presume they are busy. Here we are. Right. Now we're going. Well, I'm still going to leave it for a little bit, but now I'm going to decide what the hell I do. And I've got another video going out, but that's only like quarter of an hour, so. Dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. Dee dee. Whoa, that's doing well. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I put some dosh in me cosh. I put some dosh in me cosh. Huh, unbelievable, isn't it? I've had over 30 people come in the last half an hour in this trial, which is, pretty good, but then there's no trial. So yeah, I put in um just as a thingy, $100 into YouTube ads for 10 days. Just for $10 each, just to see how it works. I'm I'm not sure if it's any good or not, but I was on 1,800 subscribers. I'm nearly on 2,100 now. Nearly 300 subscribers. Well, it's probably about 250 subscribers, you know? Whether they're all gonna keep watching or not, I don't know, but I mean, still. And my views obviously have gone, a video that normally gets 100 views gets about 500 now. So yeah, and I've got more comments and stuff. So hopefully, even if it's like 20 people stick by us, that'd be good. But they're not gonna stick by us if this bloody happens all the time. I can't do trials and then let people down all the time. Um, well, I blame Spider Girl, so there's not much I can do with that. Still got a bit of time though. It's all good. This week, well, last week and this week's busy because I got my niece in the morning. She is a handful. She's great, but she's a bloody handful. Oh, good. That's good. It's good. Good statistics there. And I made a video today about guilty unless proven innocent because everyone seems to think that you're guilty of anything now these days. Da 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 da. I'm still holding on hope about this video, mind. No one else is doing it, so there's nothing on Twitter, nothing on YouTube. Oh, let me try YouTube one more time then. Dee, dee, dee. I hate when this happens because you get people in here and then they leave because you've not delivered what they were expecting. Ba-da, 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 ba-ba, ba. See, there you go now. What's his name again? This one here. Look. So they spoke about Jesus. No, that's another trial that is. Right. Live. Yeah, well, this is a bit worrying. I'm the only person that's streaming this. The only person streaming it. Hmm. Hmm. Does look like a snoozer, doesn't it? Do you know about the mock trial with Flex? Nope. I don't know who Flux is. Accused of murdering her game dog. M&S press charges. So presuming you're joking. A game dog, so I'm presuming it's some sort of game they're playing, and he's mock. Oh yeah, mock trial. So yeah, so he's joking. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't know anything about that. I don't really know. I think I've heard about Flux before, but I don't really know who that is. Oh, she did. Actually, I do. She did an interview with Solomon, didn't she? I need to watch. I've not watched that properly yet. So yeah, that's the one. She did an interview with Solomon. I thought it rang a bell, but I've never watched her. I don't know what she does except for mock trials. It seems that's quite interesting. This is a real mock trial. There's a channel in MS Discord. You could review it. Cool. I'll take a look. I've not seen it if I'm being completely honest with you, but we shall have a look when I get a chance. Chancey wancy. All right. That's there. So yeah, the problem is I'm the only person that's got this on YouTube, but I was the only person with Cara Nichols as well. Just remember that. I was the only person for Cara Nichols, um, and Joel Hollendoffer. The problem with this one is does not seem like there is a trial. It's not on the docket with Iris. Right. No, and the court, and again, are not coming back to me. Check my junk mail just in case. Oh, no, it does not look like it's in my junk either. Nope, nope, nope. Well, give it another quarter of an hour just to see, because then it'll be what 9. In quarter of an hour, it'll be 9 o'clock your time. Surely something would have happened by then. Pretend you think it's a real trial. Be the reporter. Oh, jeez. I'm not sure about that. I'll just end up dissing everyone, but we'll see. Everyone's gone quiet. As soon as I asked them on the phone, all of a sudden everyone just went quiet. Bunch of pussies. That's what I say. Spider Girl's pretending to sleep again. Oh. Okay. What I'll do, I'm just gonna make this setup ready for me to send out this video. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I thought that was no, that's just a text. Da-da-da-da. Oh, I don't know now, guys. What do we do? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Okay. Apparently there's a few more trials on tomorrow, so that's good. Um, no, 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 there's no limit. I don't know how many times I have to click something that I think that's gonna happen, but it's not. Right. I'm just prepping something else now just in case we can't play this. I think we'll just go with Josh Sills, I think. No, we won't go we'll go with just Stephanie because we won't keep Josh Sills on his own. Might do Josh Sills this afternoon. No, no, no. Oh, what was that? What did I just read there? Damn you. I just read something and it was okay. Oh, right. You're getting some news here, right? Because some of you are royalists. Right, let's have this up then. There's nothing for this, young. This is what I mean. There's nothing for it. I give you the background already, man. I told you the background. Right, present. So, ex-deputy head of Prince George's School promised kids he'd pay their fees in exchange for sexual photos. This is big. Next deputy head of Prince George and Prince Charles former school promised children he'd pay fees in exchange for. Oh, naughty, naughty boy. You had a dream job, and now deputy head as well. Deputy head Prince George. Disgraced former deputy head teacher. Pay them if they shared photos of themselves at court. What do you do? Matthew Smith, 35, commissioned the horrific abuse of children at Wingers. 7 was working. Oh, so he did it when he was in Nepal. Smith recruited teenagers he knew to groom children and offered to pay their school fees in exchange for. Ah, what? The teacher who was due to be sentenced last Friday previously admitted 18 counts of child something, I'm not saying it, abuse leveled against him. However, the judge deferred handing Smith a substantial prison sentence till next week in order to do the complicated case justice. Addressing Smith, who appeared at Southwark Crown Court in jeans and a white shirt, the hon why oh, okay. The Honourable Justice Martin Griffith told him, "You know I'm going to pass a substantial prison sentence, but I really want to go through this. Having heard the submissions, I will construct my sentencing remarks and make them available for whoever wants them and deal with you on Wednesday." Oh, so it's this Wednesday then. Smith was deputy head teacher at the £20,000 a year Thomas Preparatory School in Battersea, southwest London, until allegations first emerged late last year. Oh, so okay, late last year came out. None of the offences related to his job at the prestigious primary school, which was attended by Prince George and Prince Charlotte until the end of last academic year. Before taking up the job at St Thomas, he worked at a British school in Nepalese capital of something between 2017 and July 2022. The court heard Smith had also previously worked at an orphanage in Nepal, and that some of the images found on his black Dell laptop derived from his former place of work. Jeez. His home in East Dulwich, South London, was raided by police last November. During the raid, police found more than 120,000 indecent images of children on his laptop, an SD card, and his mobile phone. Jesus. Martin Hooper prosecuting told the court Smith was on his black Dell laptop at the time of the raid and that a number of tabs were open which involved indecent images of children. After his arrest, Smith admitted in a police interview, "Clearly, I have an addiction in the area. I don't like the person I am. I'll give anything to be normal, anything." Mr. Hooper asked if there was any relevance to his employment history and whether he abused anyone at work. Smith was quite emphatic in saying no. His history is important at the as at the time of his arrest, November 2022, he was employed as a teacher. He was a deputy teacher of a pastoral care at Thomas School, which teaches children aged 4 to 13. Prior to that, he was a teacher in Nepal and had volunteered at an orphanage with, with children aged between 2 and 15. Some of the materials on defendant's laptop showed the exploitation of at least one child from that orphanage. Jesus, man. After his interview, the police fully downloaded all the material that this case involves. It was clear from that there were a number of different individuals that the defendant was corresponding with to elicit images of children and the physical exploitation of children. Um, Mr. Hooper explained that the first folder police examined involved communication with a young boy in India who Smith paid to engage in sexual activities with his younger brother. Oh, that's sick. Estimated to be 10 years old. Smith would also send his own images to the young brothers, asking for them to be recreated and transferred them nearly £7,000. Jesus. Another folder related to material sent by a boy in India while Smith was working at the British school in Kathmandu. Police examined messages relating to sexual acts the boy and Smith committed together, the young boy referring to him as in some messages as uncle. The defendant requested the boy went and found young males to live with him with the express intention that they would be sexually abused. Mr. Hooper said. The defendant said he would pay their school fees in return. One boy left his family home to go and live with Smith's contact. The boy who left his family home is thought to be 7 or 8 years old. It was very much a two-way flow of images. In one message to his contact, the defendant says, "Awesome, what else will he do?" The harm is extreme in the highest category of culpability. There is planning, grooming, images were kept, and there was a commercial aspect to it as well. It would be argued there was isolation to the victim as well. Um, Mr. Hooper suggested Mr. Justice Griffiths sentenced Smith by finding the most serious offence and aggravating it to reflect the others. Sarah Vine, Casey, defending Smith, told the judge that some of the charges were inchoate or preparatory to a further criminal act that were never acted upon, and sought the highest that there was no evidence that young children had been subject to penetrative sex. Miss Vine argued he was a credit to his character that Smith had written to every single member of his family and friends to explain what was happening and apologized to them for the distress he may have caused them. She added, it had been very significant credit. Hello, Tina O'Brien. She used to be nice as well. She added, it used to be a significant credit to extent to which Mr. Smith is prepared to accept his offending. He very much understands his life over the next substantial period will be in custody. Difficult as his time thus far in custody has been, he has nonetheless sought to use it constructively. A man of excellent education, he has set about teaching other inmates to read and write. He hopes he will have, in some way, made some tiny uh, reparation to the harm he has caused. Smith is now to be sentenced on Wednesday, August 9th. Wow, sick. Oh, that's him. Sick. Oh, we'll keep an eye out on that Wednesday now then. See what happens. If there's anything going to happen. Family okay, fine. Oh, so that's not a really nice thing to read. He probably was there then. He's probably started September in the Royal School, and he's probably there for 2 months. Just hate to read some of those things. As I said before, my next door neighbour's like that. Sick, sick bugger. Um, no updates. Iris, nothing on your side, I don't think. So this guy works for the school Prince George was at and Princess Charlotte. But he doesn't work for the royal family, correct? Because I'm only half listening. Yeah, so it's the school that Prince George and Princess Charlotte went to. Yeah, so no, and he's been there. He's been there for. He was there for 2 months. So from September, October, well, 2.5 months then, or nearly 3 months, if you think about. He was arrested in November of last year. Before that, he was in Nepal. So it's a prestigious school. You pay £20,000 to go there every year, and that could be anything between 25 and $30,000. Depending on where we are with everything. Um, okay. No, no. My youngest is too young, so they don't know her, and the others. Um, my third niece is fascinated by the royal family. My eldest niece hates the royal family, and my second niece no interest in as in doesn't stand it, has zero interest in it. So no, they don't. My third niece is interested in history, not interested in the royal family, but my sister hates the royal family, so they're not supported. I don't mind them; I'm fine with them, but no, my sister hates them. So that's why the girls would never ever dress up, never do what do you call it, the Jubilee and stuff like that. Never celebrate any of that stuff. I had a friend in high school that had a pic of Prince William and when he used to have hair, he thought Prince William's the same age as me. I think I'm 2 months older than him. So, he basically grew up side by side. He went bald and I didn't, so but he's got a lot more money. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, go. Carwyn Edwards. They pay your what wages, boy? What are you on about? Pay your wages, boy. No, I get it. I'm not that bothered about it to be fair, but my sister, oof, no, no, no. Um, I don't mind them. Bit pointless though, to be fair, yes. But a person Pippa had because it's perfect, but I would never know. People didn't use it though, yeah. I mean, if you follow them, a lot of people follow the trends as well. I get it, just not my, you know. I see the benefits, they bring in tourism, but they also get a lot of money spent on stuff they don't need. But they've reduced how many people are working royals now as well, so whole thing's been diluted anyway, so yeah, a lot of people enjoy the tradition and, history of it. Each to their own on it. I don't mind either way. Most of my friends don't like it, don't like the royal family, but I'm probably in the middle. I don't they don't really affect my life. I don't feel I don't think they're that bad. It's the things that probably do bug me is when they do the coronation and stuff like that with Prince Charles and the funeral and they spend all these, pretty much billions, and then there's so many people out there homeless, can't eat. Do you know what I mean? That's the only side I don't like. But then I still understand that they do bring in a lot of tourism because people like Shelley just a lot of people coming from the US because they just want to see Buckingham Palace, and little things like that. So there's peaks and troughs. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. That's what I mean. Our taxpayers, I agree. Um, which is a shame. That's why I'd rather that money go on other stuff, on the homeless and stuff. Um, but again, it's just tradition, so they think that they can make that money back through the royals. So I'd love to see how much money they. Oh, the other thing that bugged me was, uh, what do you call it? The oh, inheritance tax. We have to pay 40% over a certain threshold. Charlie boy didn't have to pay anything. It doesn't bring any benefit from anywhere else apart. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. You might could well be right. I just don't know. I just don't know. I think Scotland get a lot out of them, and I do think Wales, in some capacity, gets not nowhere near as much as London, but I do think they get a little bit from it, but I don't actually know. Murph's Turf, how are we? Hope you're well, Murph. It feels odd calling you Murph when your dog's name is actually Murph. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know your name, so we call you Murph. Turf. So welcome, Murph's Turf. We're having a we've had an hour stream and we're having a bad stream. We're having a bad stream, Murph. Bad timing today. Carowin's joined us, which is just really bad. But now we're also having a bad stream. Of ancestry from England. Whereabouts? I would visit the castles when I visit the UK. Yeah, you would. And that's where I think many people come to Wales to visit the castles and stuff, um, and the gardens and all that malarkey. You know. Well, I don't think. Okay, Mrs. Turf, Miss Turf, Mrs. Turf. I'm not sure. I'll go with Ms. Turf. Doggy daycare. We'll go with Ms. Turf. Daycare. Right, this trial, I don't think is happening. I've done everything in my power. I've emailed the courts. I've done emailed the clerk. I've emailed the court coordinator. No one will phone. So we haven't phoned because no one will phone them. And there's no docket, Irish has said. Irish has also looked at other stuff. There's nothing there, but there's definitely trial today. And I got a link for the trial, but it's not showing. But I just got a notification saying that Judge Stephanie Boyd is on, so I'll still keep this up, but let's have a look at Boydie. Let's see what she's up to. Oh, those for me, Miss Turf. let's have a look at these bad boys and share screen. Oh, also, before I actually go too much into this, um, let me pause it for a second. Just so you know, every Thursday now, I need a name for it, but every Thursday we have our members only chat um stream. So if you're a member, you will have access every Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern. But if we're covering a trial, it'll be more like 5 o'clock Eastern. Just so you know, and it'll just be a couple of hours talking crap, or whatever. So, and I got another stream coming out, thanks to Shelley. Her idea, well, not her idea. She came up with a concept, and I've spruced it up a little bit. We got another stream coming on Sundays coming up. I'm not announced it yet. I need to think. My start this Sunday. Right. Let's see what Good Boys will say. I'll keep an eye out to see if the other sugar trial comes.
All right. If you'll just give us a moment, I'll take that up after docket call.
Shelley, have you ever been to any of my streams? You've just described basically my bloody streams. Teamwork makes the dream work, yes. From what I've read, this should be fair. Dan, it's not this trial, mate. They're not playing it. So I've got another trial on. I'll keep an eye on it, Dan. But nice to see you, Dan. Dan is the menace.
Fernando Sanchez. Fernando Sanchez. Daniel Fretwell. Daniel Fretwell. In custody is Damon Thomas going to Impact.
Oh,
Moses
okay,
Ross. Moses Ross.
I'm with you, Young.
Pablo Lozano. Thank you. And Impact is Gabriel Bernal. You need to go to Impact Court. Your jury trial will be heard there. David Martin is in custody.
Impact Court, right? What's that about?
Sir, do you know where Impact is? All right, deputy will let you know. Floor 2. Second floor. Ernest Ramon. Ernest Ramon.
Impact Court.
Carlos Terrazas is in Impact. Vanessa Rubio.
Can we get access to that then? Impact Court?
All right. Alexander Politos is in custody. All right. Luis Ramirez Rodriguez, custody. Jacob Escobedo. Jacob Escobedo. Amanda Kristen. And Eduardo Ramon, if you're here, you need to be on the second floor in Impact Court. Jason Wilson, second floor, Impact Court. Keith Davis, custody. All right. All right. Fernando Sanchez.
I'm here. I'll try to reach him.
All right, thank you. Shalise Schnitz. Pete Garcia. Pete Garcia. Alvin Curry and Marcel Solis at 11. Jennifer Cano. Jennifer Cano. Carlos Romero is at 11. Davis Villegas in custody. Gabriel Gomez is recalled for August 8th. And custody is Jose Soto Victorino. Lazaro Estrada Perez. Juan Soto Victorino. And Randy Lopez Benitez in custody. Anybody who came in late or your name was not called. All right, we'll start over here, sir. What's your name?
William Tom.
So every time Thierry comes in, Thierry thinks it's them. Hiya, Thierry. You see? Uh-huh. Every time I forget. Shalice. Why Shalice?
Do you know who your attorney is? And you've had contact with him?
He told me to meet him here. I spoke with people on the second floor. They told me I was in 187.
All right. Do you know your SID number or case number? That's okay. All right. Thank you. We'll take that up in just a moment. Anyone else over here whose name was not called or you came in late? All right. Yes, sir. What is? All right. Just have a seat. Anyone else? All right, everyone. These are the rules of the court. One, some of you have been sent to impact court, so you will have your jury trial there. We're going to recess no later than, what time are we recessing, Diana?
Daniel, where the hell is 10:45? Are you starting trial back at 11, Your Honor?
No. All right, everyone, these are the rules. Your paperwork needs to be turned in by 11:30. If your paperwork is not turned in by 11:30, please do not approach me saying, but Judge, please, because the answer is going to be no, because everybody needs their lunch break. And we're here every day from 9 until, so you'll be coming back in the afternoon. Today is Monday. There are good things about Monday and bad things about Monday. The bad thing is we all thought we were going to be retired. We are not, but we've known this for a year, so we're accepting of that. The good thing, it's a time for new beginnings, and you may be in jury trial. So everyone, these are the rules. Number one, we have deputies. They bring the inmates out. If you request your inmate to be brought out, do not leave the courtroom. For security reasons, there's only so many inmates they can bring out, and we have a lot of co-defendants on the docket today. So if you ask for your inmate and you leave, you are being selfish to other attorneys. So don't be selfish to other attorneys. On this side are the files for criminal trial division. On this side are the files for family violence. Do not approach the court unless you've conferred with the state and conferred with your client. If your client is in custody, yes, they need to be brought out. The other thing, if you're requesting an interpreter, by requesting an interpreter, I mean that your client does not want to speak to court in the English language. Yes, we need an interpreter. Once that interpreter is called, do not, I repeat, do not leave the courtroom, because we have a limited number of interpreters and they're usually here within 5 minutes. Do not approach the coordinator for a reset or a continuance. I'm the only person who can do that. Vashawn, if you will raise your hand. That is the probation officer. Do not crowd around her desk. Do not take things off her desk. Do not sit on her desk. And I know people are wondering, Judge, why are you saying that? Because people have done that. So do not do that, and do not turn your back to her, because when you do, and she's sitting down, you know what she's looking at. That area that's in the center, that's the area all attorney knows. That's where inmates come out of. Do not block the deputy's line of vision. If you do and something happens, I will do an affidavit saying I told you not to block their line of vision. To my left, the court reporter, Diana, that is her office. Do not put anything on her desk. Do not lean on her desk. Her equipment is well over $10,000. It's like Pottery Barn. If you break it, you have bought it, and it's going to cost you over $10,000. And because we need her on a daily basis, you're going to have to do a quick, fast, and a hurry turnaround on paying for her equipment if you bought it. All right. So here's the thing, everyone. Today is Monday. It's going to be a great day. Let's be kind to each other. Let's confer with kindness in our hearts, and let's be patient. Everyone, please confer.
Mr. Thompson,
Right.
goes down to impact.
All right. Tompkins. Yes.
I'm sorry
You're
for this
needed in
court, I am.
impact court. It's on the second floor.
I know, Judge, but where? Impact Court. Can't find Impact Court.
Fernando Trujillo.
Mayor Petrov.
Yes. So you say he's in impact court?
No, he is in federal.
Federal court.
custody. He's in custody in Karnes City. And I went on the Pacer webpage and he is currently set for jury trial selection on October the 10th, 2023, at 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Garcia.
All right.
Matter
Ms.
may be
Ferguson.
resolved before that time. I doubt it.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Fernando Trujillo, he's in federal custody. I need a reset date. Let's do it towards the end of October.
If he pleads, it's gonna at least be 2 months before they get the sentence.
Okay.
So maybe we can do it mid-November.
Let's see where we are,
Okay.
because I want to see if anything changes. I'll give you another reset.
That's how we act.
All right, we'll be back on October 31st.
Nothing too late. I'll
Okay,
update it
okay.
right now, so I can get
Okay.
that. I need to-
What's the name of the Impact Court? Come on.
And Norma, is there any way to show on the docket sheet so that we'll know next time that Fernando Trujillo is in custody, or there's no way to put that on there?
I can try to see if I can update it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just go to every.
And
Bailey
Norma, can you call
County.
those attorneys and tell them that they need to go to impact?
Yes, ma'am, I-
All
Can you
right,
tell us what Impact is, Judge? What's it called?
okay,
He probably needs it. Wondering why.
okay. All right, thank you.
Talk to you.
Okay, who's here on Vanessa Faye Rubio? Are you ready? And counsel, have you conferred with the state on the underlying case? Yes.
Yes, Judge.
All right, what's happening? Vanessa Rubio, if you come down, please. Who's the prosecutor on Rubio? It's Criminal Trial Division? So what is happening? I see, does she have the possession with intent 4,200 grams as well?
Judge, I'll be 100% honest, I don't know.
All right, if you could look up to see if she has anything pending other than the theft case, then we'll take it up. All right, so once they look it up, they'll be able to tell me every case. So just give us a moment.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome. It's always great seeing you.
Appreciate that, Your Honor.
Although I'm used to seeing you on Zoom with your Oscar or your Emmy behind you.
Yes, that's a very good memory.
Yeah. So how was your weekend?
It was good, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you for asking. Hope the same is true with you and everyone else in the courtroom.
Oh, no, the weekend was great. I didn't do what Vashawn did, which was go see Meg too. Like, that's on you. She should have saw that one. That's all on you.
Judge, there are two cases, one burglary of a building, and the other one's possession, PD 1, 4,200. Both are awaiting indictment.
Okay. And possession, and that's 4,200?
Yes.
Hmm.
All right, so the other thing the court has is there's an affidavit to surrender surety on the case that's,
Yeah, and the actual website says this is a link for the stream, but obviously it's not streaming, which is a nightmare. So I think we give up on it. It's a shame. It's a shame. Because I was hoping that looked like a good trial to watch today. So, Shelley, you can cancel that on Discord, Shelley, because there's no case. Right. The other thing I was thinking about was, well, this is why I emailed this morning to ask for permission, but they never got back to me. I thought I'd ask permission nicely, and they never got back to me. So what I'm gonna do it for you. What I'll do is I'm gonna find a trial for us. It is a Stephanie Judge Boyd trial. Once I find it, I'll leave this on for a second.
It's indicted. Counsel, were you made aware of that?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so that was granted on July 19th, so she has a warrant out for this case,
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
right? And then there's also a motion to reinstate bond on this case.
I was made aware of that this morning. Ms. Rubio informed me that discussions with. the
Okay, that
insurance
makes sense.
company resulted in the
I did
sheriff's,
ask for another link
motion to
though.
approach
Do you know
the
what I mean,
court
if they
to
were
reinstate the
allowing.
bond.
All right, these other cases, the burglar of the building, the possession, what are the offense dates on those?
Here, let me check that. I know that they were relatively.
Okay.
Yes, that was back in the day.
Okay. And then the theft case, let me see what's on the indictment. That's June 3rd. And so you're saying these cases,
So Judge, the theft case, this happened back in June of 22.
Mhm.
The new cases happened in June of this year.
all right.
Just
I
finding this trial.
stated, if you have no objection to me reinstating her bond, I will reinstate her bond, but I'm going to add other conditions.
No objection to the state judge.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 4281A, State of Texas versus Vanessa Faye Rubio. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
defense?
Your Honor, good morning. Frankie Sandoval on behalf of Ms. Rubio.
And are you Miss Rubio?
Yes.
On
Miss
this
Rubio.
case, there was an affidavit to surrender surety, and the court granted that on July 19th, it looks like. And now the bondsman has just filed a motion to reinstate the bond. Any objections from the state to reinstate the bond?
No, Judge.
Ms. Rubio, I have to ask you some questions if I'm going to reinstate this bond. The questions I ask you will not be about the underlying facts of the case, but I do need to ask you other questions. So could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. I'm going to need you to speak up so the court reporter can hear. State your name for the record.
Vanessa Faye Rubio.
All right. Ms. Rubio,
Ma'am.
have you had any mental health treatment before? Any diagnosis?
Right. All right. What the Quarter Bar Pub? What are you on about? Oh, the name. No, it's just I don't want to like Tits Out Thursdays or something. It's always gonna be the alternate corner. Right, I got a trial for us. I have no idea if this is gonna be good or not, but I got a trial. It's with Judge Boyd it is. Please don't Google it and see. It's over numerous days, but we can fast forward through it. Judge Boyd's meeting. Is that what? No. Ready? This is a trial called Wardle Lemon Part 2. Okay, that's not what we want then. Stop screen. Wrong one. Part 1 first would be good, isn't it? Right, Patrick, that is. Louis. Let's have a look at this one then. It's a. Okay, this one looks even better. Let's have a look. So this one is a Patrick Contreras. We'll get this done today. So here we go. Share screen, and I'll change the thumbnail then, because I'm the best. Dun, 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 better than all the rest. Dun, dun, better than everyone. Dee, 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 better one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll do 1.25. Right, so this is a trial. It is Texas. I'll just put this in Texas for you, Louis. Don't know who that is, but I think it's over 2 days. Plus 4 hours on 2 hours. It's been referenced. Holderson trial. Which one's that one? I think of watching it, but I don't think anyone else is watching it. But it has been referenced a lot. I know that name, Holderson. What's the actual full name? What's the full name of it? Holderson. I've heard that. And when is it? Da, 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 da. Right, let's play this then. Okay, pull that up. Chandler Holderson. Oh, it's been, isn't it? That's long gone. I think Sal covered it.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, yeah, Sal did it, I think. This is just like for today. This is like a 4-hour trial.
I'm sorry, what? No, we're good. All right.
We've got the trial tomorrow.
So
with
Carlos
Stephen Boyd.
Romero.
He's out in the hallway. I can find him. Yeah, he's in the hallway.
That's not no.
All right, could I see the file on Carlos Romero? Okay, I'm just asking because I stuck making up this. That story, one, because it's a true story, and number two, the state and the defense have.
All right, this is jury instructions, jury selection. Let's watch jury selection. Yeah, I don't want to rewatch a long trial. This is just going to be today, and that's it.
Right. The next question I'm going to ask you all is about the charges in the case. The charges in this case are aggravated robbery. And I know sometimes people will say, man, why couldn't I get a case involving a car accident or something? But we always need jurors because we can't have a jury trial if we don't have jurors. People will say, oh, the United States has the best justice system in the world. And then some people will say, I don't think the criminal justice system is all that great. I always tell people, whatever system you have, it is as great as the people who are involved in the system make it. So jurors are needed for us to have jury trials. That's the key word to jury trial. When the state and the defense speak to you, they are going to talk to you about hypotheticals. Neither the state nor the defense is allowed to talk to you about what they think the facts are or the evidence is in this specific case. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
The only way you will learn what they think the facts are in this case is if you are selected to be on this jury. So when they talk to you, just remember, they are talking about hypotheticals, not about this specific case. How many people in here have had a traffic ticket? Raise your cards. Don't be, oh, well, we got a room filled with bad jurors. I mean, there's maybe only, with bad drivers, jurors who are bad drivers, there may be only one person. All right, lower your card. Who has not had a traffic ticket before? Raise your card. Oh, don't be shy just because you're surrounded by bad drivers. All right, so I want to talk to you about an indictment and what it means and what it is. An indictment is not evidence of guilt. An indictment is just telling somebody what they're charged with, where they need to be. It cannot be taken to mean anything. And if you were selected on the jury, you can't hold it against somebody because they've been indicted. For example, if you get a traffic ticket, I've had a traffic ticket in my past. I've only had one, so I learned. But let's say you're driving and the officer stops you because they say that you ran a red light and they give you a ticket and you accept that ticket. You're accepting that ticket is not saying, oh yeah, I agree with you, I ran a red light. No, that ticket is information for you to say, we're saying you ran a red light. You know, you need to go to this municipal court. And if you want a jury trial, we can have a jury trial, but it's not evidence of guilt. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Is anyone here going to hold it against Mr. Contreras because he's been indicted? Now, everybody has certain rights. The right to remain silent. Is there anyone who has not heard of that before? Awesome. So I see I have a lot of people who've seen Beretta, Mannix, Paper Chase. Oh, I know old school has seen it. I like your t-shirt. All right, so everybody has a right to remain silent if you're accused of an offense. I've been a prosecutor, I've been a defense attorney. There are a host of reasons why someone who's accused of an offense may not testify. Maybe they're afraid of public speaking. Maybe they stutter. Maybe their attorney tells them, you don't have to testify, the state didn't prove their case. There are a lot of reasons, but the key is if you're selected on a jury, this jury, and Mr. Contreras decides not to testify, you are not to hold that against him. That's his right. You can't be like Mrs. Kravitz on Bewitched and say, well, I wonder what he would have said. And I believe he would have said this. Well, if only he would have said something, I would have done this. Does everyone understand? Yes. So is anyone going to hold it against Mr. Contreras or consider it whatsoever if he decides not to testify? Now, everyone is presumed to be innocent. So when you come to court, it's sort of like you have a cloak over you called the presumption of innocence. Now, this is what that means. That means that the state has to prove its case. The defense doesn't have to do anything. When we were in law school, our professors would always tell us, you can sit over there, do crossword puzzles, go to sleep, play video games. I've never seen any attorneys do that. But the reason why is because they do not have to prove anything. The burden lies with the state at all times. And that means that the state has approved each and every element. They have to prove that it's in Bexar County. They have to prove the date. They have to prove the charge, every element of the charge. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Now, you may ask yourself, what is their burden of proof? Their burden of proof is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And you probably say, okay, judge, give us a definition of that. I cannot. When I was in law school, we had the definition of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. I still remember it. And you felt like a failure if you didn't know it. I knew it. I knew where the commas were. I knew where to pause. I knew where the semicolons were. I knew where the period was. Did my first trial. I said it. I was so proud of myself. Then after that first trial, there is no longer a definition for proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So neither the state nor the defense can give you a definition for it because no definition exists. Now, what I would do when I was a prosecutor and defense attorney, I would explain it to people by telling them what it is not. The building next door with the green rooftop, those are for civil cases. On those cases, like the car accidents, when they try those cases, that's like preponderance of evidence. That's their burden. More likely than not, something happened. If you're selected in this case to be on this jury or any other criminal case in Texas, if you find yourself deliberating and your deliberation is like, more likely.
So, because I'm a legend, I've just changed the thumbnail. I've just changed everything. This trial was a couple of weeks ago. So I'm not doing any long trials anymore. Like, I appreciate Spidey, but I'm not doing that because I've learned my lesson. Quick short trials. This hopefully should be done today because I believe it's over 2 days and I think it's a total of about 4 hours. So we should be done. That's what we're doing. We got another trial with Judge Boyd tomorrow. Don't remember where it is now, but there is a trial on. Yeah, so that's what we do. So this is an oldie but a goodie. I'm not sure. So don't Google it. Just let's watch it together. Whoever's here, CG, welcome. Our welcoming party, aka Sarah P, is on holiday. So unfortunately, no one's here to welcome you. But I will. Hello, CG. Nice to see you, man. So here we go.
than not, I think this is what happened. Then you know you're at the wrong level of burden. You know that you're at a civil level of burden, preponderance of the evidence, and that is not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. The other burden that we have is clear and convincing evidence. Clear and convincing evidence is the type of evidence that's needed.
What are you on about? Chandler wasn't a couple of weeks ago, it was over a year ago. Right. You need to either A, we get bigger here. Go back to sleep and get refreshed, or B, rewind and listen to what I said. I never said that. You're off for one, girl. You are off for one, Spider. I never said that, you muppet. Go check it and then come back and apologize. It's all good.
Needed to terminate your parental rights, to say you're not a good parent for this child. Legally, you should not be a parent to this child. That's a very high burden. But the highest burden we have is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Does everyone understand? Now, there are two phases to every trial. The first phase is guilty, not guilty. People like to call the first phase the innocence phase, but it's not. The first phase is really, did the state prove its case or did they not prove their case? If they did not prove their case, then what should your verdict be? All right. If they prove their case, every element beyond a reasonable doubt, then what should your verdict be? All right. If the verdict is guilty, then what that means is you go to the next phase. And that phase is called the punishment phase. And it means exactly what it says, where you found somebody guilty and you're making a determination of what their punishment should be. The range of punishment for aggravated robbery, there are potential of two ranges for punishment. The first range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison. That's a wide range. So the range is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 99 years or life. The second potential range is 25 years to life. So it's 25, 26, 27, all the way up to 99 years or life. Does everyone understand? Yes. And the other punishment that's available in cases is $10,000 fine. In every felony case, the fine is always up to $10,000. Nobody really knows where those fines go to. So that's why people always say the range of punishment and they give you the years and not the fine amount. Does everyone understand? All right. Now, is there anyone here who cannot consider the full range of punishment for this type of case, an aggravated robbery case? Okay. Is there anyone here who is there anyone here who is not allowed to sit in judgment of others? Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is what's called the one witness rule. I'm going to give you a hypothetical. Do not, I repeat, I underline in bold stripes. I put it in all capitals in bold letters. Do not add to my hypothetical. So don't start saying, I wonder if that person wears glasses or contacts, because that's not going to be in my hypothetical. So when a witness is called to testify, you have to judge their credibility, whether or not you think they're telling the truth. So in my hypothetical, a witness is called to testify, their hand is raised, and they're sworn in, and they say, I'm going to tell the truth. They testify. You listen to them intently, which I know you will do if you're on this jury trial, and you find them to be credible. You believe what they're saying, and that one witness proves the state's case. It answers every element. Does everybody understand my hypothetical? Now, I want you to keep that hypothetical in mind where I give you another situation. Let's say someone gets robbed. They're walking down the street, they get robbed. And there are only two people present, the person who robbed them and the person who was robbed. How many people think that we should just say, well, you know what? There are only two of you guys, so we're just not going to do anything. Is there anyone who feels that way? All right. So now I'm going to go back to my hypothetical. The witness has testified. Let's say they've testified, you listen to them. There's no problem with the street lighting. There's no problem where they have contacts. They have 20/20 vision. No problem with anything. You find them credible and they prove the state's case. And when I say prove the state's case, I mean, they're able to say it happened in Bexar County. They go through every element and you believe everything that they're saying, and the state rests because that witness is credible. They prove their case. Is there anyone here who would say, nope, I still wouldn't be able to find anyone accused in that case guilty? Okay. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you is about languages. I love languages. I think they're so great. In undergrad, grad school, and in law school, I met people from all over. I met people who were from the United States who spoke 2 languages. And usually the people who, at least my classmates who came from different countries, they spoke at least 4 or 5 languages. They tried to teach me. I pretty much can say hurry up in every language. That's the only thing that I was grasping. So is there anyone here where English is not your first language? If it is, raise your card for me, please. All right, and once I call your number, I'm going to want you to lower your card. 4, 16, 30, 32, and 71. All right, number 4, what is your first language?
Ma'am, I was born in Jamaica, so my first language is Patois.
Oh, okay, that's new. How do you say hurry up?
It's still like English, but I mean, it's not my first language.
Okay, all right, thank you. Have you been able to understand everything?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Number 16. Yes, what is your first language? How do you say hurry up in Spanish? See, I like that better. Everyone always gives me 2 different versions of how to say hurry up in Spanish. Have you been able to understand everything? All right, thank you. Number 30. What is your first language?
Spanish.
How do you say hurry up? Ah, thank you. Have you been able to understand everything? 80%. Okay. Number 32. All right, they've given me a version of hurry up. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so if you would grade their paper, would that be an A or an A minus?
A+.
Okay. All right, have you been able to understand everything?
Yes.
Thank you. Number 71. Your language? What grade would you give them for saying hurry up? They're doing great. She doesn't want to commit to giving you guys an A, so I think you're probably at a B minus. Have you been able to understand everything? All right, thank you. All right, so everyone, I'm gonna have to remind you to make sure you keep your voice up because the court reporter has to write down everything that everyone's saying. And if she doesn't write it down, it didn't happen. Number 54.
So my first language was English, Hindi. Hindi.
So how do you say hurry up in Hindi?
Jaldi karo.
All right, I'm gonna work on that. Thank you. All right, the next question I'm going to ask, is there anyone here who has any type of time constraints, any travel arrangements, non-refundable tickets? You cannot put in my name. All right. I'm gonna call your,
26.
What
We
beach?
don't want this.
4 day.
all right. For those of you who need to use the restroom, if you find where the stairs are, you can go.
Spider Girl's just waiting for you to apologize. I know that you don't want to, but let's get this trial started, shall we? I don't think we need to listen to all this. Let's get the party started. Oh yeah. Let's get it all started. Oh yeah. Dee 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 dee. Come on. Oh, let's take this down. Okay, this is just at the end of them picking the jury. So share screen.
Important in my life, and generally for me to, if someone came to me and said, "Hey, I need that thing," it's more of a relationship form before the item. Okay, no matter again what it's, because I can always work to get another. Sure.
Okay. Think of that. You're number 62.
Similar reason, it would devalue the value to give. So,
Okay, so it would depend, what I'm getting from you guys is that it would depend on what the value, whether it's sentimental value of the item that was given, right? Okay, so kind of like, I guess you don't, haven't read about it too much recently, you're seeing on the news, but do y'all remember like, it's for a while, there was this issue where like, you know, couples who would get engaged, the big wedding ring or engagement ring, and then they break up, and then they say, well, give it back. Well, I'm sorry, man, you gave it to me. Not like it's not gonna happen. You know, like, what's that? Like, yeah, okay. All right, thank you for that. Okay.
Prenups, it doesn't pass.
What's that?
If it doesn't have, if it's not in the prenup, you ain't getting it back.
All right, the next topic that I want to talk to you guys about briefly is the issue of self-defense. The state talked about it. It gave the definition, right? If you have a reasonable belief that you need to defend yourself, right? And so with that, I'm gonna ask you guys this. Who believes that you have to literally stand there and just take a beat? No, right, okay, good. Nope, wasn't not a trick question. If you're being attacked, right? Do you have a right to defend yourself?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, if you're in your home, do you have a right to defend yourself as well?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, the next question is this, and I think Juror 41 talked about it briefly. As you guys can see, Mr. Contreras has tattoos on his body. Is there anyone that, because of his tattoos, is gonna hold that against them in this case?
That was in.
No?
No.
This is the woman behind you, sorry, 28. I apologize, you're in 48. Okay, so is there, thank you, man, for making that. Is there anybody here who's gonna hold it against Mr. Contreras because he's got some tattoos on his body?
No.
Okay, all right. And then, the last thing before I sit down is, we've seen fights. I think you guys have seen fights between two people, right? If you get those two people aside, do you think that their stories about the fight are gonna differ?
Yeah.
Okay. How can you tell who's telling the truth? How would you be able to tell?
It's somewhere in the middle.
Somewhere in the middle? Okay.
I think it goes to the credibility of the person who's honest, telling part of the story, right?
Credibility of the person, your number, sir?
36.
36, the credibility of the person telling the story, okay? What that's 54? Past records, okay, thank you, 54, number 39,
Events leading up to what happened.
the events leading up to what happened, okay, number 45, the body language and hostility shown, okay, you're number 4,
I say, I agree with him with saying the events leading up to it, but also listening and hearing both sides of the story. Because majority of the time, if both parties are telling the story, you're gonna find parts in the story where the story does match up, and you'll be able to, well, some people will be able to identify where the story tends to sway one side or the other.
okay, all right, thank you for that, number 4, number 47,
If there's any witnesses, the recordings of the incident.
witnesses and or recording of the event, okay, and number 58,
I agree with number 4, but I also want to add on the consistency of the story. Sometimes when people in the moment they'll lie or backtrack or anything like that. Yes.
okay, did everybody hear, number 58, okay, all right, and then I was gonna ask you guys about punishment, but I know that everybody here can consider the full range of punishment, which is the minimum 5, to 99 or life, and in some cases, minimum 25. Everybody here can consider it, correct? Okay, all right, thank you, guys.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm gonna ask you to do. I'm gonna ask you all to wait outside. We are probably gonna call you back in at about, I want to say 4:20. It may be like 4:30. Number 25, you have your card up?
Yes,
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
I didn't like hear anything of like where I didn't know if it falls on the state or with them in this case, but I like emotional attachment to already the defendant.
Okay.
like, Because he reminds me so much of my brother.
Okay.
I lost my brother 3 years ago and he was just like him, all tattooed and the sweetest guy.
All right, I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks.
As I walked in for the second time, it just hit me. I don't know if you noticed, I started tearing up, so I wouldn't be able to be fair.
All right, thank you so much for letting us know, okay?
Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna have you all step outside. The people who are in the box, if you will take your personal items with you, and everyone, please leave the expensive cards behind. All right.
All right. See what happens here. Still waiting for Spider Girl to apologize.
Language issue.
Number 15, court will find violation of condition number 15 true. Is there an agreement?
The agreement is,
She's got a docket now, so we're gonna skip this.
You'll probably, hey, you can't do the touristy spots in San Antonio. It's enough if you're not trying to do the touristy spots. And so you'll probably receive a payment in the mail, maybe in about, hopefully a month or 2 months. Hopefully. You will think it's a scam, but then you'll remember the great time you had in the 187 District Court, 4th floor with, okay.
I don't know what's happening here, so we'll wait there for a second. We'll let it come in. Don't tell me the trial's over. No, it can't be. Right. This is a trial within a trial within a trial within a trial. So the trial for Xavier Denson, which I planned today, got all excited about, is not being streamed. It's still happening today, but it's not streamed. So unfortunately, we are not going to be watching that, which is quite unfortunate because I think it would have been a good, not just this one, but the next one, end of August, would have been good as well. I don't understand why they just courts don't show it, but the only link I could find to the court was to YouTube, and that's not working. Hang on, she's back. She was back. I just want to hear what she's got to say here. Have they picked the jury or not? This trial was from 2 weeks back, but for some reason, Spider Girl thinks that Chandler Holliston was 2 weeks back. I don't know why she thinks that, but. And I've learned that Spider Girl does not apologize when she's wrong. Learned that today. I would always apologize if I'm wrong. Spider Girl will not. Interesting. Interesting. Right, come on. I just want to hear. Don't skip it too far ahead because she pops up. If this is the jury, I'll go on to the next day then. So we can see the trial. Today's not a good day for streaming. Not a good day for streaming. So many things messed up.
No, not up here.
All right, so everyone is not going to have a seat, but we need to complete this box clear. All right, everyone, you all can be seated. All right, everyone, I want to thank you so much for doing your duty of serving on jury duty. Deputy Mejia should have given you, or he may have some extra of the white sheets. Those are your excuses, and it shows that you served on jury duty today. What will end up happening with those is you'll receive a payment in the mail for your service. I know it's not a lot, but it would be enough for you to have lunch. So you'll probably, hey, you can't do the.
I didn't get that.
You know, this is just a number. Okay. No, not up here.
All right, so everyone is not going to have a seat, but we need to complete this box clear. All right, everyone, you all can be seated. All right, everyone, I want to thank you so much for doing your duty of serving on jury duty. Deputy Mejia should have given you, or he may have some extra of the white sheets. Those are your excuses, and it shows that you served on jury duty today. What will end up happening with those is you'll receive a payment in the mail for your service. I know it's not a lot, but it will be enough for you to have.
Let's have a look here on it. That was a waste. Interest source. Jesus, there's a big one here, but I'm not going to watch that. It's too long for this one. What did we just watch? Which one was it? June 13th. Okay, let me have a look here. June, it was not that. Okay. Okay, Lewis contrast. Okay, here we go. In fairness, I will say this, if Iris is here. The court did come back to me 10 minutes ago. Christy Hale did get back to me and just said that the trial is just being held in person. And the court is open, it will not be live streamed. But that's it. And I asked for some filings and she wasn't very helpful about the filings. But yeah, I mean, she wasn't really that much helpful, really, to be fair. But at least she got back to me. The actual clerk didn't, so I mean, she only got back to me quite late, but it's all good. It's all good. Right, here we go. Next trial. Share screen. Bam, ba, bam.
All right, so I appreciate all the attorneys who said they would be here at 9. There are some who are not here at 9, but it is not my former professor, Mark Stevens. He said he would be here exactly at 9. And in Mark Stevens fashion, he showed up earlier than 9. So I appreciate that. Mark, who's the client you're here for?
John Meyer, Your Honor. Mr. Meyer was in a car accident. He just told me about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
He'll be here meeting, but that's where he gets right.
All right. Well, as an officer of the court, of course, I trust you, Mr. Stevens. All right, Mr. Stevens, if you'll come forward, please. So I understand that your co-counsel is, and I'm going to set your jury trial. It could happen.
I don't know what's going on with this.
All right, so your jury trial date is going to be August 8th.
Judge,
Oh,
I hold a trial setting. It's like pretty old in Brazos County, except on the 7th.
Okay. All right, if you end up in trial there, you'll call us and let us know. All right, sure. And if you'll give that, once you sign it, if you'll give it to Caroline.
Very much.
You're welcome.
You can remember all that.
Oh, you too. We're gonna do our best.
Don't know what's happening, you know. I thought it was supposed to be a bloody trial. Says.
Have a great rest of your day.
Luis Contreras trial. This today is not a good day.
Did anybody make a copy for me? Oh, thank you.
No idea, because this is the only.
You know.
Oh, sure. All right, defense. And we're on the record. Yes, defense.
Judge, so it's my understanding from talking to the state that that document that I gave you were some notes taken of the complainant in this case, and I believe they were taken either this morning or yesterday. This morning.
Mhm.
And so I think the court addressed it correctly when it said that I could ask for those items or that evidence to not be introduced. I did talk to the state about it. It's essentially the complainant's story changing again. I don't believe that there's anything new other than a statement that again goes to, I guess, kind of the strategy in this case, a statement where the complainant allegedly says that he was trying to get my client into the Haven for Hope homeless shelter.
Okay, so are you asking that this be excluded?
Well, Judge, yes, I would ask that this be excluded
Okay.
since I was just handed it this morning.
All right, so what the court will do, and I don't know what's in the state's file or what you've been turned over, but obviously both of you know. If there's something in this statement that the defense has not previously received, then it's excluded. If it is something that the defense has already received and is aware of, then it's not excluded. State?
And Judge, many of those statements are consistent with what he told officers on that day and told others later on. He does acknowledge that he did at one point in the original statement. He did lie to the police. That's in the notes. He does say that he had impacts. From what I can gather. Here,
Jeez. We're dragging. Right, jury's here. Why does this end after like an hour then?
Oh, please be seated. We stand for you all. All right, everyone, please be seated.
I'm just gonna check something quickly because I do not want to play this if it's ending in an hour. June 14th. June, not July. July was Alessandro. June 14th. Yeah, it's an hour. I'm not playing that. I ain't playing that. I don't know what happened, but I don't care. I'm not going into it. Right. I've had enough. I've had enough today. I'm having a mare today night. Let's have a look. Just message her back. Others. Okay. Right, let me just get this here. Okay, so I think today's a disaster. Today has been a disaster. I will put my hands up and go, today's been a disaster. It's not been a good stream at all today. Apologize for that. I think I need to reset here because everything could go wrong in the stream has gone wrong today. But the only good thing is we found out Spider is a liar. So I love that. And she doesn't apologize. She'll hate that. I've got that over her head now forever. Right. There's only a couple of people in here. I'm not gonna continue streaming. There's no point. I'm gonna put out a video probably in about 25 minutes. It's only like quarter of an hour. And then I'll come back later on about I don't know. I don't know. If I come back on, I'll let people know. I'm not sure if I'll come back on. We'll see. Maybe today's just not the day. Do you know what I mean? You have days like that. Today was just not everything you want to happen is not happening. Um, sometimes you just gotta go, do you know what? Call it a day, mate. Call it a day. So sorry about today. Really am because I was really excited about that trial. Denson trial not happened. Then we got another trial, didn't happen. One of those things. So we'll see. If I do come back on later on, it'll be for Josh Sills. But if I'm being completely honest, I want to come back on, but I don't want to either. So I don't know. Tomorrow I'll be back on tomorrow, definitely. So I think this is you gotta sometimes look at yourself and I think today's just a bad day. Everything I've touched today has gone wrong. So that happens sometimes. There's no point trying to mask it. It happens. So I'm not gonna hide from it. It's not gone well today. Not all my fault either. So it's one of those things. So yeah, just so you know, there will be a video going out. Probably, actually, I'll just probably premiere it now. I probably won't be there for it, but I'll just premiere it. So have a look whenever you can if you fancy it. And yeah, if I don't see you later, hopefully I see you all tomorrow. And again, apologies for the poor stream today, but we'll get back to it. Don't worry. Right, guys, take care. See you later. ta